Alright, welcome everybody to a new video here. We have a brand new video that I'm calling Blind Magic or Backseat Magic. I'm not sure which sounds better. But here I have one of my friends, Steven, here. Say hello.
Hello.
Uh, so,
Taking a drink of water
oh
in the
yeah,
mill.
bad timing. Steven here is a a fellow gamer here, gamers in the club, so you've played several card games. You're more into currently right now Legends of Runeterra, correct? But you have played Hearthstone, and I believe you told me like you've played like Commander, but you've never actually played Constructed Magic. Is that correct?
Yeah, I played Commander with decks given to me.
Yeah.
And I know the basic rules generally.
Exactly.
I do not know what all the keywords mean.
So I want to do a little bit experiment here. Like this channel is all about like learning and progressing and doing that. So I wanted to kind of show kind of the differences between an expert player or maybe a more newer player, and kind of not only that but also kind of testing out and kind of showing how game knowledge and is more impactful than the deck. So here I have the top tier deck, Bant Ramp, or one of the top tier decks. It's like top 3 right now, and very, very competitive, obviously. And so a lot of people might complain, "Oh, the deck's so easy to play." Well, we're going to see that right now. We're going to have Steven here using my account. So I'm controlling the mouse and everything, but Steven here is going to be telling me what to do, what to play, and when, and what on. And I'm not going to question anything. I'm going to be completely silent here. I mean, I'm down to talk things out, but once per game, Steven is allowed to kind of phone me and just be like, "Hey, I'm totally lost. What do I do here? Help!" And then I'll make the play for him. But otherwise, it's going to be all up to Steven. All right, we ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we're doing this in ranked by the way, real ranked. Right now we're in silver 4, so not too much, but yeah. And Steven here hasn't seen this deck. He has seen none of these cards before. So this will be really interesting here. I believe it's your first time seeing MTG Arena, right?
No, I played a little bit of it, but like I didn't even finish like the tutorial.
Oh, okay, so your first decision here is whether to keep this or mulligan.
Okay, we have. It looks like 2 lands, a planeswalker.
You can also you can tell me to hover on.
Yeah. He shakes the world. That's a lot of mana. That we don't have. However, a growth spiral. Okay, so that's 3 lands basically, but I need those 2, which I don't have. I think we should mulligan this.
I would agree with that. All right, what do you think of this?
All right, this is land heavy, and we run the risk of running out of cards. But I think that we should play it.
All right, so we'll keep this. You have to put 1 card here on the bottom. Which card do you want to put on the bottom?
Let's do one of the probably one of the basic. Let's do that basic land in the forest. Alright, hover over all those cards so I can read them, please. Okay, so that's... We don't want that. Describe 1. Okay, so that's not bad, and then... If you don't... It enters the battlefield tapped. Is there anything that we can really do with breeding? Actually, if we play... No, we can't do that either. It's a basic... Fabled Passage is basic land?
Yes.
And we're roping. Okay,
I was just playing this.
But don't suggest. I was going to play that anyway. Play it.
Alright, so then this card is either going to go on the top or the bottom of the deck, and that's up to you. It's going to show us a card in a second.
I was going to say...
Yeah, I forgot to mention, should probably... okay.
We want that. Top it.
Oh, I forgot to also mention, so our opponent here is playing a companion, which means that they have built their deck in a certain way. So there are no duplicate mana costs. So there's no like double blue or like double red cards. And then they can pay 3 mana to put this card from their sideboard into their hand during their turn.
Okay.
Just to explain that mechanic.
Okay, and what is that creature they have?
So it's a creature that attacked us because it has haste, and then when it deals combat damage to us, it gets a +1/+1 counter, and then when it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to something.
Wow, that's really good. It's not good because you really don't have anything to do against that. Temple Garden, hover over that.
So it's the same as Breeding
that.
Pool, just
Yeah.
And you want to play it. You want to pay 2 life to have
no,
it come...
enter tapped because we can't. Oh, actually, can we?
Yeah,
no, let's pay 2 life and then do the growth spiral.
You want to do this now?
Mm-hmm.
And which one of these do you want to put into play?
Do Breeding Pool, but do it untapped.
Untapped. You mean
I
tapped.
don't know. Tapped, I mean.
I assume so.
Okay. What does that chain mean?
Which chain?
On Uro.
Oh, so Uro is a card with escape. So when you play it originally, you have to sacrifice it, but later on you can play it from your graveyard by exiling other cards in your graveyard, and then it stays on the battlefield.
So it's useless to us right now.
It's not useless right now. When it enters the battlefield, it does gain us 3 life and lets us draw a card and then put a land into play. But then the 6/6 body doesn't stay around.
Okay, what is that card we just drew?
This is Jor-El. When we draw our second card each turn, we make a 2/2 cat, and then we can pay 6 mana to make our creatures have power and toughness equal to the number of cards in our hand.
Oh wow, that's really nice. I think...
May I make a suggestion?
Sure.
I think we need to cast Shadow the Sky this turn.
So we have to
destroy all creatures. I'm gonna take control of this turn because we're gonna die if we don't do this.
Well, isn't that the point?
Which land should we get? I'll let you make that decision.
We need water. Oh, no, we have a water. Let's get a forest then.
Ooh, that's not good.
I feel like we played a control deck into an aggro deck.
It's kind of a control deck. It's kind of like a mid-range deck. It's kind of like it's trying to do like be control and mid-ranging at the same time.
Hmm.
Oh, I forgot to add. I have these fancy lands. I didn't put those on. I'll have to change that.
I think we should play. We should probably play Uro next turn because we are very low on life.
Yeah, the best case scenario would be if we draw an untapped land so that we can play Jor-El and Uro. Okay. So you want to play Uro?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then it gets sacrificed since it wasn't put into play using the escape mechanic.
Mm-hmm. And what is Growth Spiral again?
Growth Spiral is the one that draws a card and puts a land into play.
Oh. Okay. We don't have any more lands. We only have 4 mana. What is the Time Raveler?
This is the Fairy Time Raveler, one of the strongest cards in the format. So it makes it so that our opponents can't cast spells during our turn. They can only play cards as sorceries. And then the +1 makes it so that we can play sorceries as instants. And then a -3 of return a creature to the... return artifact, creature, enchantment to its owner's hand and draw a card.
Okay, I think we should play that. It should be stated I have no idea what any of these cards do.
Yeah, so this is a Planeswalker. I don't know if you knew about that, but we get to use either of these abilities. So the first ability is its static ability. So that is just constantly happening. The +1 will increase the loyalty or the health of the card from 4 to 5, and then the -3 will bring it down to 1 health. But will put a creature back into their hand.
Okay. Next, because we can't do anything else.
Well, which ability should we use here?
Oh. Probably the +1. Oh no, we probably should have been the -3.
I think it's close. I think we're in a bad spot either way. I'm being honest, I think we're losing this game. I think if our opponent has anything good here, we're probably just dead. Ooh, are they giving that haste with, Yeah, we're dead. We're dead on board. Alright. That's fine. Yeah, that gives a haste. Yeah, I think we got a little unlucky here. Yeah, the no lands is kind of rough. This deck's very mana heavy. I believe I don't remember how many lands are in this deck. Let me look at let's look at how many lands are in the deck. I believe.
Yes, I did not look at the deck beforehand on purpose.
Yeah, I believe 28. Yep, 28 lands. So there's 28 lands in the deck. So like almost half of the deck is lands. That's how unlucky we got. And not only that, but we drew like quite a few cards with Uro and Growth Spiral and all that stuff. So like we were actually fairly unlucky there. But that's alright. Alright, here is our starting hand.
Yeah, this is good.
Alright, what should we lead off on?
Let's do Temple.
Which one?
Alignment. Alignment. There's 2. Alignment. Yeah, done.
You good with that on top? Okay. Okay, so our opponent is blue, red, and white.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you read
what
this
is
card.
Oh.
So this costs 2 less if it targets a blue spell. So it costs 1 blue mana if it is targeting a blue spell.
Okay, so we just want to wait. Hollowed Fountain. What is that?
So
oh, that's the same thing.
Hollowed Fountain, Breeding Pool, and Temple Garden are all shock lands, meaning that you have to pay 2 life to put them into play untapped. So they all do the same thing, they just add slightly different colors of mana.
Okay. Let's do, what's Temple of Plenty? It's that or that?
Same thing as Temple of Enlightenment, just...
yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Do we want that? I don't think so, we already have one. Okay. This one... we should do... Hollowed Fountain, no, yes, no. Breeding Pool. Hollowed Fountain untapped. Okay. And then do, yes. Yes.
Only card you can play. Alright, so that is a counter spell that can't be countered.
Well.
That our opponent played Fairy Time Rambler.
Might be a bad idea.
Okay. Now we do Temple Garden untapped because we want to do we want to do Tamiyo.
Tamiyo, but yeah.
Tamiyo. It looked like a U.
Alright. So, first of all, Tamiyo prevents our opponent from causing us to discard or sacrifice cards. That's its passive. And then its first ability says name a card, and then we mill cards unless we see that card that we just named, and then we get that card and then put the rest in the graveyard. So if we
the first one, yeah.
And okay, so not this one, the first one. All right, which card should we name? So these are several. This will kind of show you some of the cards in our deck. or if you want to filter for a certain one.
I'm gonna phone a friend here because I don't know what any of these do.
This is kind of got to know some of the cards in the deck. I'll help you with this. I think we should probably look for Jolrael. Maybe.
Okay.
I actually think Shark Typhoon.
Okay, done.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Okay, so we didn't get any. We just milled 4 cards. So these were the 4 cards, and Uro's in our graveyard now. So
Okay, now we can use the ability next turn to get Uro back.
Yes. So that's actually kind of like the reason why Tamiyo kind of synergizes with Uro here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, so our opponent is
I've done the hero
Bant
thing
as well, but
before.
they're playing a Ketria Triumph for some reason. Or sorry, they're playing Ragran and interesting. Alright, so what should we do here?
Probably want to do our land first. I don't think we need to pay 2 life. I feel like, yeah, if we do Breeding Pool and we don't need to, and then next turn we can do Nissa. Nissa,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so do it untapped and then use the ability to bring Uro.
You don't
Tapped,
need
I mean,
you
tapped,
don't need the
tapped.
mana here. Yeah, oh, tapped. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, tap.
We don't have the enough cards in our graveyard yet.
Oh. Okay. Then should we mill again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so here you can name, basically anything. In fact, we kind of want to name something that's maybe not in our deck. But we could just do something like Gross Spiral, or let's do Jor-El. Oh, let's do Mystical Dispute, actually. Okay. So now we milled all those cards, and now we can bring back Uro. I'm just going to exile all the lands here, since we don't need to waste time with that. Actually, let's just do a duplicate. Okay, and I'm assuming you want to put Breeding Pool. We have to put Breeding Pool into play, and we put it into play tabs.
Yep.
That's more like it.
Okay. So wait. So we have to bring it back using the sacrifice whatever ability?
So before if you play it from your hand, you still get the enter the battlefield trigger, but you don't get the you don't get to keep the creature around. It says sacrifice it unless it was escaped.
Okay.
So when you cast it from your hand, it enters the battlefield, does its like thing, it like draws a card, gains you life, all that stuff, but then gets sacrificed immediately.
Okay. So if it's just gonna get sacked immediately, should we do Nissa?
Yeah. We could do that. Okay, opponent has another counterspell.
Let's do the Breeding Pool, and we don't need the mana.
And what do you want to do with Tamiyo?
Yeah. Yeah, do the mill.
Alright, here we'll go for Jor-El. Because we haven't seen it yet. Okay. Wow, we're just milling ourselves completely here. So 35 cards in the deck. I think you know this, but if you lose all the cards in your deck, you lose.
It's the same thing in Lungeon Tower.
Yeah, okay. So do need to be aware of that. Ooh. Okay, interesting. Man, make a recommendation here.
Yes.
We should get Nissa back from our graveyard.
Okay.
I follow the track.
And Summoner. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So this is kind of where we get into Teferi being crazy. So these mystical disputes would theoretically be able to kind of contest that, but they're completely irrelevant right now because of Teferi.
Because we can't.
Because
he
Teferi's
prevents
passive
the-
ability is preventing us from casting it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now you may ask, when can we use these spells? And the answer is never right now. As long as this card is on the battlefield, we cannot cast these cards.
And we didn't have the mana to do it the first time, right?
Is
To
this the
counter him.
4-color reclamation deck? I believe we might be dead. We might
Yeah, I
be
think
dead here.
he said good game.
Yeah, we might be dead here. So there used to be this reclamation card is very combo heavy and is very controversial because it does things like this, so it used to be just 3 colors. It used to be just blue, red, and green, and then recently they started adding white for this card because this card's also crazy. So we might be dead here. Let's see, how big is this? I believe this is only... So they have a card called Expansion Explosion, which is blue, red, X for deal X damage, draw X cards. So they might be casting this for a lot and drawing a ton of cards here. Or they might just be making a gigantic Shark Typhoon. Nope, that's Explosion for 7. So they're going to draw 7 cards here. They still have 2 mana floating, which is kind of weird.
I have learned all I can here.
Okay. So we're not dead, but we're not in a good spot now. Because now we can't get Nissa back again. Okay.
We can't get Nissa back. We can't destroy that dude, so we can't do any... Could we do Uro?
Yeah, we can cast Uro. So we gain some life. Let's put this into play. So then it gets sacrificed, and then now we can cast it from the graveyard using its escape.
Yep.
You want to do that?
Yes.
Let's see, we're definitely going to do that. Let's get rid of all the spells, and then we'll get rid of any duplicates. I don't know, dude. I don't think we can get this back anymore. Actually, let's get rid of Tamio. That might be incorrect. I actually don't know which one we should get rid of here. But if they have Mystical Dispute...
Okay, hello.
Are you there? You good?
Yep, my computer went to sleep. But you did basically everything I was going to do, definitely, 100%.
Yeah. I just chose the card.
yeah,
I just chose the cards to exile. That's not as impactful right now, especially since we might be dead here. Oh, okay. This is Shark Typhoon. So this is the card that we had in our hand at one point. So you can either cycle it and discard and draw a card, or you can cast it as the enchantment. And the enchantment reads: whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you make a XX Shark token with flying, where that's the cost of the spell you played. By the way, does this look like
it's Sharknado?
It's Sharknado. Isn't that hilarious?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, and it's really great because this card's actually like very like competitive. It's like very good. Like this is the one like kind of meme card, quote unquote, that is like actually kind of good. So I'm very happy with this card. But yeah,
But we're definitely dead.
We're looking, well. Yeah, I'm not sure how we come back from this. I think we would have to get very lucky here and draw another Elspeth Conqueror's Death, and yeah, I don't know.
But didn't we exile the other one?
We exiled. Yes, I believe there are 3 copies in our deck though.
Oh, okay.
I do not know off the top of my head, but I believe most of my decks run at least 3. Wow, are they just? Oh my god. Yeah, this is what this card does.
Oh, T.
It gives them
Okay,
double.
all right.
Basically, gives them double mana. So anything that you can cast at instant speed basically makes this card like add double mana for it. Okay, can we get another? We could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you want to play this? Sack it.
Yeah.
Get a land. Which one do you want to get?
Mm. Planes, why not?
Why not? So now we can
What's
escape.
Growth Spiral do again?
Growth Spiral is the one that draws a card and puts a land into play.
Oh, that's what then.
Alright. If they have a counterspell here, we should probably just concede.
Well, they already used 2. Oh wait, but they wouldn't necessarily need a.
Okay, so we resolve
Oh, wow.
our Uro here. Alright, there's a Shark Typhoon.
We could play that.
We can't play the enchantment side, we could cycle it. And when you cycle it, you make it, it's kind of the same effect, just once.
Well, at least we could. How many cards do we have in our deck?
You have 28 right now.
Does cycle just mean shuffle into your deck?
Cycle means you discard it and draw a card. So you put it in your
Oh.
graveyard to draw an extra card.
Oh.
And then when you cycle it, based on how much mana you spent extra, you get a creature.
Oh, we don't have any extra mana.
Yeah.
What does Shadow of the Sky do?
Shadow of the Sky is the one that destroys all creatures, and then if either of us have a 4 or greater power creature, we draw a card. So right now both of us would draw a card.
I mean, I think we should do that just because, like, and what else can we do?
If we did that, we should have cast Uro.
Well,
Well, we timed out,
Oh,
so
we-
it's passing the turn.
no, we
for
haven't-
us.
okay.
Yeah, we're yeah, I forgot to explain the time mechanics. Yeah, also they're just gonna bounce our Uro here, and we're pretty dead. Now you can so Teferi stops us from casting spells. The cycling ability is not a spell, so you can do this now, which would essentially just save you 10 life if you blocked the shark.
I mean, we should probably just surrender, right?
I was thinking about suggesting that. I was gonna just say surrender, but I don't want to do that. But yeah, for time. All right,
can't-
that was a you know, that is the actual top tier deck. That is the deck that everybody's calling for to get banned right now. All right, we want to do one more.
Mm-hmm.
All right, see if we can get a win here. I think the first game we were just very unlucky. That game was kind of more of like the deck that like. I also think that our Bant deck has a very bad matchup into that deck because you see, like, we just kind of like draw cards and dirtle and just do big value stuff, whereas they like kind of kill us.
Okay.
So
What
I
is
should
what is
explain this.
Elspeth Conqueror's deck?
So Elspeth then Conquers as a saga, which is a special kind of enchantment. So when it comes into play, you do the first thing, and then the next turn it does the second thing, and then the third turn it does the third thing, and then goes to the graveyard. So there, you see the 1, 2, 3 there.
Well, we don't have the mana to even close to play that. We also don't have that much mana in general.
Sure,
Yeah, so we should mulligan.
it's a good idea. Okay, so we got
This is
Shark
almost
Typhoon
worse.
card. I actually think this is pretty good. I think this is very nice.
Because we do have
Yeah.
Jovel.
So this is Hydrocrisis, so the X cost could be anything, and then you draw cards and gain life equal to half the amount.
Alright, let's keep it
And
then.
then enters
In
with that.
return, probably Shark Typhoon. Because we can't, yeah. Fabled Passage?
Lead off from Fabled Bashes.
Mm-hmm.
You want to sack it now, or at the end of our
Yeah.
opponent's turn? Oh, okay. Usually you
Oh.
wait. So like this person's gonna wait as well. So we're gonna do it on their end step. is basically just to conceal information. Which one do you want?
Forest.
Good choice. Okay, our opponent's thinking as well, or just being timed out.
Well, we're gonna get a win.
Maybe.
Mhm.
That'd be really funny if that's how this video ended. But no, I think they're just. Alright, yeah, I think they were just thinking about sacking their Fabled Passage now, which I don't know why they would sack it now when they see that. Alright.
Temple of Mystery.
Okay, playing this.
Mm-hmm. Do we want that?
So our opponent here has played a red land, but
Oh,
that's
then yes.
it's up to you.
Then yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of a tech card, mostly actually for green decks more, actually. This is a good counter to the Wilderness Reclamation. Ooh, I think I know what this is. At least I hope I know what this is. This card's really cool, because basically if you cast it from the graveyard, then you get to, like, do cool stuff. But, alright.
Okay, now we want Jorviel or
Joel Riel. Yeah, it's a really hard name to say. So cast this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And probably also do the planes.
Yeah, I figured, like, if we have one land in play, I'll probably just play it to kind of get through the unnecessary stuff. Alright, so opponent here has Uro. Yeah, so Aether Gust is also pretty good against Uro as well. It just gets to exile it. Okay, so I think our opponent is also playing some kind of Reclamation deck. At least that's my read. Anyways, we have several options here. I don't think we should Aether Gust our own Joel Royale. I'm just saying.
No.
Good.
Hydroid Crassus, what's that again?
So that's the one that we draw cards and gain life equal to half the X amount cost, rounded down. So right now we can only play it for X equals 1.
I
would say you should
probably
play either
Uro.
of these. Yeah, I was gonna say you should play either of these cards, and I think the better one is Uro. All right, we're gonna put this into play, and we get our cat. Meow.
Yay.
Would you? Now we have our first eligible attack here. Would you like to attack them?
in 3 games.
I was just like, well, I was like, wait a sec. Oh, that's funny.
Next
Okay.
turn we'll have a cat.
Indeed. Yeah, so Jarael, if you have any card that draws an extra card, you kind of just use it on your turn, and then you get cats, get lots of cats. I built this is the so we're doing a commander league, and this is my card for this is my commander. I built a commander around this deck because upon playing with this deck, this is like one of my new favorite cards. Even though I'm not a big green player. All right, so opponent's playing Cultivate here, which is a ramp spell. They're getting 2 lands. It's going to go onto the battlefield tapped. The other's going to go into their hand. Draw an island. I'm assuming we're going to play that. Alright, so now what we want to do here. What's the play? Steven, you there?
Sleep mode again.
Oh, it went to sleep mode? That's all good. Alright, we drew a land and we played it. That's all we
Growth
needed.
Spiral.
Growth Spiral? Alright. Alright, we get our cats. You want to move to attacks? Or do you want to play another card? Alright, attacks. I'm assuming you want to attack with all of the eligible attackers. Cool. And...
Then we're done.
Alright. So our opponent here has Nissa, which they're going to use to most likely, I mean, they're definitely going to make a 3/3. So they untap one of their lands, and so now they're forced tap for an additional green. So these all are going to add 2 mana when they're turned sideways.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Oh wow! So they make lands like creatures.
Yep.
Resolve.
Yeah. There's nothing we can do to like counter this or anything like that. So. Okay, they're playing See the Truth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we could play Growth Spiral here, and we could play Aether Gust here as well.
It's our turn.
It's on their end step, so if I hit the button here, it's going to just untap all of our stuff and go to our turn and whatever,
Well,
but we could do these here as well.
Do you want to use Aether Gust on Nissa?
That's up to you. I'm going to remain vigilant here and silent. Or you could phone a friend.
Let's not and end the turn because we want to use Growth Spiral to get another cat.
Sure. Alright.
Get another cat.
Alright, so casting Growth Spiral here. Putting this into play. Getting a cat, and then using the Scry.
I don't think we need any more lands.
Alright.
Now let's play a Hydroid.
So this would be a 1/1 and we
It'll
win
still
draw
only be a
cards.
1.
Yeah.
It'll still only be a 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Move to attacks.
Alright, then just go and attack.
So we can attack Nissa or we can attack them. Or we could kind of split them up, so we can send like some cats or Jor-El at Nissa and others at their life total.
We would not kill Nissa, correct?
Yes, if we go to 1 life.
And it's -8 is her big thing, right?
Yeah.
Alright, then we should be good.
So
Go
you
attack
want to attack them. Okay.
Attack face, yes.
Face is the place. Now you could cast this on their upkeep. That's a good way to move where, after they draw their card, so that they don't get the Nissa.
Yeah,
That's a
I was
good
going
way
to say, so end it and then cast it. I was going
So
to cast it
I
when
have
we
to
get
put a
to
stop
7.
here, and when
Oh.
this is on their upkeep, so then you pass, and then after they draw their card, you can Aether Gust the Nissa here. So now they have 2 choices that I can either put it on top, which I presume they're going to do, or they're going to put it on the bottom, in which case, if they do that, it's most likely that they have one in their hand. Alright, so they put it on top. Okay. Oh! Yikes. Well, I'm glad we did that when we did. But yeah. So, this is a big Planeswalker. It's new. And it does big things. So they use the -2 to exile all colored cards with cost 2 or less. So even though this land looks green, it's actually a colorless creature. Since lands do not have colors. And Jor-El, as well as our cats, were green. So it exiled all of our stuff.
We don't have enough for Uro, right?
If we play the Fabled Passes in Sackett, we do.
Let's do that.
Alright. Which land?
Forest.
Okay. And yeah, that's the best way to cast it. There's no choices there because we only have 5 cards. Okay. Put this into play, I'm assuming. Tap.
Tapped. And then next, yep.
Yeah. Alright, so there's the Nissa that our opponent drew. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna be honest. I think we're losing again. I think we're not getting any wins here. But this is how standard is right now. This is kind of why I'm not having the best time because this card is. I think it was a big mistake to put because this card was already good, and this card helps you cast. Again. Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me?
What?
This card is garbage. But
That I mean, that's us. Maybe he's just taunting.
I'm mad. I'm pissed off that he's winning with that card in his deck.
Should we shatter the sky and then Crassus or Uro?
So Shatter the Sky, yeah. So Shatter the Sky into Crisis would draw us a card and gain us life. Uro would gain us 3 life and draw us a card, and then Uro would go to the graveyard.
And we don't have anything exiled, so I think Shatter the Sky and then Crassus is the play.
And I'm casting this for 2. So when we cast it, we draw a card and life. I'm assuming you want to play this.
We can Fabled Passage, yep.
And you want to do this now, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's get the island.
But now our opponent just gets to theoretically plus Ugin and kill our Hydroid Graces. Yeah, Jesus, our opponent just drew very well. I cannot believe this. I want to take a screenshot of this. Hold up.
My flames burn beyond.
Like. Oh, let me use my snipping tool instead. Wait.
The land shall conquer you.
That is like unheard of. Like. Okay, hold on.
Wait, cause that's 5 mana to do that?
Yeah, it's like bad. I mean like very bad. Yeah, there we go. All right, I got a snippet of it. See, okay, this is the thing with See the Truth. Oh, they cast this for a bunch? Yeah, wait, they're gonna draw 3 cards. Wait. Oh no, they didn't. Oh, they copied it. So wait, okay. But then this copy is gonna draw them 3 cards. Yeah, I just like See the Truth. It's a cool card. But yeah, we're pretty dead. You could play Hydroid Crisis here for a lot.
I was gonna say, I think we should do the Triome,
9. Yes, we can cast this for 7.
Well, can
this
we
comes
do the
into,
Triumph?
this comes into play tap, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
And it's actually better here because we get Breeding Pool. So this can cycle. So this allows us to discard it to draw a card later. So if we have too many lands, or like if we don't need more lands, we can just cycle this away. But yeah.
Okay. Tapped, yep.
And now I guess you'll get to see Ugin ult. What? What are these cards? I mean, he allows it to cast it again. I think he just wants to minus 10 Ugin. I think this is why he really wants to do that for some reason. This card also very weird to see. This is like, this is not even Reclamation. I don't even know what this is. See the Truth?
We're losing. Get back to the losing machine.
Oh man, I really thought we'd get some wins today with this deck, but I guess this deck, this is not great. I mean, again, like this format is so like bonkers and like versatile, but like. Did I have? Oh no, I cut Ugins from the deck.
I guess.
This deck doesn't have Ugins. All right. So
I guess Temple Garden.
Temple Garden tapped or untapped?
Untapped because we'll be dead next turn. Yeah, it Hydroid casts.
That would, yeah, okay, fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to cast it for the maximum amount,
But why not?
but we moved to our end step and we have to discard a card. Which card should we discard?
The planes.
Out of your planes. Alright. I hope our opponent is fun here and does the -10 instead of just -2ing. Aw, that's even worse. Aw. Boo, opponent. Alright.
Alright, concede before.
Oh, you wanna do the BM concede? Alright.
Yeah.
We don't even let them do their fun stuff.
But
Alright.
they could have just killed us. They didn't need to do anything else.
That's true. They also didn't need to do that with Ugin. They just minus. Oh, I guess -2 Ugin would get rid of some of their stuff. Never mind. Never mind. So that was actually probably bad. All right. So no wins. No wins
You've been
for
a terrible teacher.
But
you've been a terrible pawn in my very capable hands.
yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe we need to put Ugins in this deck or something. Also, there's only 2 Jor-Els here. There should be 3. Yeah, I kind of want there to be 3 now. Yeah, this is actually an old version of the deck. Now that I'd look at it. Also, don't like Narset in this deck. Anyways, so that was standard. What'd you think, man? It seemed like you like got a hold of the deck pretty well.
I mean, the problem with card games is that you have to know like every single card, almost every single card, in order to like know what to counter. I know a very, very little amount, or very, very few magic cards. So I couldn't even. Not only that, but I didn't even know what my cards did.
Yeah.
So I mean.
Yeah, but I will say so from here. So here's my take is that I think Arena's system for like telling you what cards do or like what cards you can play and like kind of how to use them is really good. Like I saw like Jor-El, Uro, like even Hydrocrisis and even like cards like it or were very easy, and also same for like Tameo was very easy to use. But then for things like playing around your opponent's, so like you're very focused on playing your cards. Like you're just trying like and again it's because you're just focusing on figuring out what your cards do, that you're not focusing on your opponent's cards. So like when we played against that Reclamation deck and they were playing Mystical Disputes and you played Narset on turn 3, I immediately knew, oh, they're going to have either a Mystical Dispute or some other kind of counter spell. It turned out to be Dovin's Veto, I believe, but you weren't thinking of that, right? Because again, this card is like
I don't even know that card exists.
Right, exactly. So like this card is on my radar. Same thing with like Teferi Time Raveler. So like I'm thinking of like Teferi and Mystical Disputes and Aether Gusts like constantly, like because these are just main staples in the format. And same thing for like working like when with that thing with Tameo where you're just like, I don't know what to name here, right? And I was even mentioning like it might be good to name a card that's not because with this card you can name a card that's not in your deck and just mill yourself for 4. So yeah, anyway, so I think that's like shown here is that like I think you got a hold of what your cards did very quickly, but in terms of playing and beating your opponent's card, right? And same thing for like when your opponent had like a Nissa. Nissa to me is a must answer immediately. Like if it comes down on turn 5, I need to do whatever I can to eliminate it as quickly as possible.
Okay.
So like that's why like I was snapping off that Aether Gust. Or like same thing for like Teferi, also a must answer, because it's just so powerful on its own. This is again a card that a lot of people are calling to get banned right now because again for you it might not seem. I guess you kind of saw right there. You saw how like it completely made Mystical Dispute irrelevant. Like we had a straight up dead card in our hand that was impossible to cast.
We had 2.
Did we have 2 in our hand? Yeah, so
we had 2 in our hand.
Yeah, so like any kind of deck like that that wants to play cards like Mystical Dispute just gets completely shut down as soon as Teferi hits the board. So anyways, that's going to be the video here. Thank you so much, Steven, for joining me for this.
No problem.
yeah. If you guys like this video and want to see more of me bringing on my friends and torturing them, give us a like and comment, and let me know what kind of content you want to see in the future. All right, till next time. See you guys.